done any recording in the last month. I've been a little bit very busy and a little bit sick. I've got cold. However, let's get to it. On today's edition of What to Read, I have this book where it's not so much a very lengthy book to read, but it's dragged because I was always afraid to open or to turn to the next page just because I couldn't bear to think how much suffering could this child go through. I was so scared that if I turned the leaf to the next page, I will be introduced to more suffering. And the book I'm talking about is no other than A Stolen Life by Jaycee Dugard, a memoir. A Stolen Life by Jaycee Dugard. It's not a very lengthy book. Usually, I will read something of the size in 3 to 5 days. This took me over a week to read. Jaycee, who is the author, is also writing about her life, was an 11-year-old girl walking to school when she was abducted. 11 years old. Abducted by a man and his wife in the US, taken to their location, their home, and for 18 years, 1-8, do the maths, 11-year-old girl held in captivity for 18 years. She became a sex slave. He got her pregnant twice, so she had 2 children for her abductor. As I was reading this book, I was thinking about my own daughter, who is currently 10 years old, and wondering, I don't know if I can take it. However, this book chronicles the life of Jaycee, what she went through in the hands of her abductor, who he was, his wife. I will say, if you decide to read this book, please ensure that your heart and your stomach can contain or is ready to hear, or well, not hear, but ready to come in contact with some of the horrific things a human, an adult, can do to a child. Not once, not twice, you kept raping her repeatedly for 18 good years. So by the time Jaycee was found, she had 2 grown-up kids, 2 daughters. She was 29 years old. It blows my mind how even the system that failed her, because this, her abductor, was a known sex offender. He was on the register. He was on parole. He was getting regular visits from his parole officer. And Jaycee and her daughters were held at the back of the house. No one cared to check. So this is a book. It's got some pictures, of her life as a child with her biological mother and growing up and having a good time. And then her life whilst she was being abducted till she got found and released back to her family, and what has become of her afterwards. It was a good read, hard to read, but for anyone who, I wouldn't say for anyone wanting to see the dark side of our life, of our society, but for anyone who is eager or curious to just what's going on out there. This is a book to read. Again, you have to be very careful before you read this book. Ensure that it's something your stomach can contain. Otherwise, it was a good read. Okay? Have a read if you can. Let me know what you think. Until next time on What to Read Today, keep well and keep reading. Bye bye.